Hello everybody, and welcome back to Random Vids. Sorry I didn't have a video last week on Monday. It was been a busy week last week, and I wanted to do the Mario Party 7 gameplay. And I was planning on doing that and Stuffed Animal Amazing Race, but got really busy Tuesday, and I mean really busy. So I didn't have any time to, you know, do a video that day. Plus, it was my brother's birthday and just a whole bunch of other stuff going on. But this week is definitely a lot more slower. So luckily, I'll be able to make a video today, definitely tomorrow, and definitely Wednesday. 3 days in a row. I hope you enjoy. So with today's video, I decided once again to take a look back at some of my older videos and some of my channel. So a while ago, about almost a year ago, no, nah, not almost a year, more like 9 months ago, I did videos talking about my least favorite and favorite videos throughout the whole series. Today I decided to kind of wrap that whole thing up and do kind of how my channel itself is triggering. I've done this before with the the Magic Kingdom games, where I talk about how it's triggering mind-blowing. This week I'll talk about how my channel is triggering, and next week I'll talk about how my channel is mind-blowing. I don't want to give myself too much credit, but at the same time, I want to give credit where credit's due. I don't want to be biased towards myself, but I also don't want to be mean to myself either, if you know what I mean. I want to try to keep a good balance. So I hope you enjoyed this funny video. I don't know why I'm doing this, because why the heck not? So yeah, let's get into how Random Vids is triggering. Also, we're only talking about this channel plus my very first channel, the old one that got deleted. So here we go.
To a very special video called the Stuffed Animal Amazing Race. Today we have a total of 11 teams that will be racing around this big house for a chance to win $1 million.
Wow, what a way to start my very first video ever. For starters, I sound very awkward. It's way too dark, you can't see anything, and because this is Stuffed Animal Amazing Race, you're expecting scenes to be paused, right? Well, nope. And that's actually something about Stuffed Animal Amazing Race Season 1. I never paused the video, so you would just constantly see me go from one scene to the next to the other. This is a very odd way to start my channel, but okay. And this is the problem with not pausing videos. Episode 1 took 5 parts. 5 parts! Thank God this is the only season that had that. What is it with episode 4 just being so bland and boring? The first 3 episodes were actually quite good and creative, but once I got to episode 4, I guess I just kind of, I don't know, stopped being creative, or I just started losing interest, or I just had really nothing to do in my bedroom. So I just kind of made it into one giant leg where they had to go through my bedroom, and then into the closet, and then the bathroom, instead of splitting it up like I do in, I don't know, every other season. And that's why I never used water again. I just realized this, but there is way too many roadblocks in Season 1 that's just climbing up stuff. I guess I couldn't figure out anything creative to do. I don't know. Oh yes, because doing Mario Kart 8 while not knowing how to pause videos is definitely a good idea for a challenge. Wow, okay, I wasn't expecting literally everything to be at the pit stop, including a peanut butter, Jif peanut butter. Yeah, because, why the heck not? My main problem with Season 1 of Stuffed Animal Amazing Race is that there's no drama, and nothing really that entertainingly interesting, and it also gets very cringy at times. Okay, why did I make a video of me showing off what the toy room looks like? Just because I was redoing the toy room? Well, this is a very unnecessary video, that's for sure. I hope you like watching me play Mario Kart Double Dash, because nothing that interesting else happens. It's just me playing Mario Kart Double Dash. No way. Honestly, if I do stuff like this, I just do live streams nowadays. But back then, I couldn't do live streams, and I only had this certain channel. So, I don't know. I feel like if I'm doing a Mario game, I have to have a certain character be voicing over, because that's just way more interesting and funnier to watch than just me playing the tracks.
My old YouTube channel got deleted and so I had to make a new one.
Apparently, I thought everyone from our old channel was just going to transition over to this one. I don't know why I thought that, but okay. Wow, my first ranking video was literal garbage. It's just me ranking Roblox Ripple minigames from the game Ripple Minigames. What a very odd video to make, and what a very, just everything about it is just so odd. This is easily one of the worst videos I've ever posted on my channel. Well, it's here though if you want to view it, but still, ranking Roblox Ripple Minigames. What an odd way to start the ranking series. Okay, at least I'm pausing videos for Season 2, but it's still way too dark in the first episode. Wow, Morton and Roy? Really? That's the most creative team I could come up with? And you wonder why it took so long for me to figure out the cast for Season 3. This is why. Also, I love how the very first episode is so... I love how the very first episode already has 2 parts, and this is like 37 seconds long. Mario versus Luigi versus Peach versus Daisy. Hey, that's way too long. I should just change it to silly Mario Party 4 gameplay. That's just way more easier. Ooh, yikes. I was not expecting this when I heard the Mario plushies with background music. You know, that sounds like a great idea, but watching this footage, it obviously didn't go right at all. But this is one of those things that's like, it could work so well, but I just did it so weirdly back then. The characters moved around. Why can't I just do... You know what? Honestly, if I would ever do this concept again, I would just turn it into a short at this point. I can use the actual music, and I can show a picture of the actual character. That's just way more easier and way less cringier than whatever the heck this is.
Teams will now travel to the Mario book. Once here, they'll find their next clue.
Okay, apparently this was the era that I liked playing background music. First, background music with plushies, and now it's seeped its way into Stuffed Animal Amazing Race Season 2. Why did it do that? Because this season was going so well, and the only main problem is that I had to add background music to it. It just made it feel very awkward and just odd altogether. Once again, Episode 4 is just the absolute worst. At least I split Episode 4 up a little bit so it isn't quite as long, but it's still the worst episode of the season, and it's still the most cringiest of the season, too. There's way more interesting things I could have done in my room. Instead, I did a double roadblock, and both roadblocks were very odd. And don't get me started on Fireflower Mario testing the roadblock either. Okay, honestly, I love doing Christmas sitcom. It's just a... what's the word? It's just such a fun thing to do every year, I guess is the word I'm trying to look for. It's nostalgic and can be fun, but let's be real, Season 1 was easily the worst. It's the one that had the least amount of ideas for, and it's the one that's easily the most cringiest too. Like, for example, they randomly like to change scenes all the time, and go to Puppy Paw's apparent house, which is just a blanket on the floor, with the toy bathtub. And that's about it for this episode. I was so lazy I didn't even name this episode either, which is kind of funny. Here we have another pointless 2020 video. Cat playing with a bug. Big whoop. You know, what would happen if Daisy just randomly got sick and couldn't be in one of the sitcoms? Then you have probably the absolute worst episode throughout the whole Christmas sitcom. A Talk with Mario, where him and Puppy Paws basically do nothing because there's no comedy and it's extremely boring. And even making it was extremely boring too. Oh, and here I go changing the scenery again. Just because it snowed doesn't mean I gotta make the cast go outside in the snow. Oh great, I did a sequel to A Talk with Mario? Yeah, because the first one went so well, so obviously, you know, gotta do that one again. That's the problem with this year, is that I was doing these, like, every day, and I just got way too burned out. I should not have done them every day. I like it so much better how I do it now, where I just do twice a week. That just makes it way more easier so I can max out at least 10 episodes, which I feel like is perfect for a Christmas sitcom. But this was like 18 episodes. That is way too long, and you can tell as time goes on, the episodes just get worse and worse and worse. And they just get very lazy, drawn out, cringy, and long. Oh no. I did a gameplay of Mario Party 6 with my brother and put it on YouTube because I thought that was a good idea. Why would I think this was a good idea? The video, and there's a bunch of these too. There's 5 parts of me and him just playing Mario Party 6. Big whoop. and it's just so boring to watch. I haven't watched it in a while, and I think that's a good thing, just because I just think the series is so boring. If I want to play Mario Party, like I said, same problem with the Mario Kart one. I just want to do it with the characters and voicing over them instead of me just playing Mario Party 6 randomly. And we both are just so, I don't even know what the word is, but like we don't know what to say in the videos. So we're just kind of like, yeah, we're playing What Goes Up. This mini game is fun. I like What Goes Up. Did you know it returned in Mario Party Super? We just didn't know what to say. It just made the video just so drawn out and boring. And this ain't the first time I did one of these. Okay, so here's my second attempt of trying to rank something. And it's honestly way better than the whatever the heck I was trying to do with Roblox Ripple minigames. But my main problem with this series is I had the things scripted. So that means everything I said in this video, I had a script. I literally had a script. That's the first time and only time I think I've ever done that, where I had a script to follow, which is just the most hilarious thing ever. Looking back on it, I really do want to re-rank this show just because it is such a good show. I missed some episodes because some of them weren't on the. I don't even know why I missed some episodes. They weren't on the playlist that I was watching, and this was like right as Disney Plus just came out too. So I always have that option. And if I do this again, I definitely want to put the rankings in different, or I definitely want to put some of these episodes in different placements because half of these I don't even agree with, and there's no way I would ever do a script again either. That was just way too much. Kind of funny how the best Double Dash music was just gameplay instead of, actual music. I'm so glad this is the only time I've ever done that. Oh no, I did another collab, and this time we're playing Mario Kart Wii. Once again, just as pointless as the Mario Party 6 ones. And I'm not saying collabs are all bad, because I've done collabs on his channel before, and they've went really well. Like, we both had a fun time. It was just stuffed animal stuff. But for this, it doesn't work at all. Once again, same problems apply. We're not doing Mario character voiceovers, it's just me and Gabriel playing. So, there you go. Hope you enjoy that. And once again, we're not really sure what to say on camera. We're just awkwardly sitting there playing Mario Kart Wii and trying to find something to say. And that's how it goes throughout the whole video, and there's two parts. Because obviously, the first time was such a great idea, so I had to do another collab. I love how randomly when I'm ranking the the Oliver Twist TV show, I just randomly start talking about Puppy Star Christmas. And it goes on for so long that the video ends. Okay. Here's another very oddball video. What cat does when I'm not there. At least it's not as bad as cat playing with a bug, but it still just kind of is there. So, okay. Okay, so apparently I made a video reacting to my first video. That's fine and all. The problem is this is only a year after. I should have waited till I don't know, 4 years later, like now. Not 1 year later. Why the heck did I put Domination on the worst side in Mario Party 4? This is easily one of the best minigames, and why is it on the worst list? And Take a Breather ain't that bad either. It's probably just because I didn't like mashing minigames as much back then, but still, dang. Okay, Money Belts is a good minigame, but I don't think it's better than Trace Race or Order Up. Mario tries to play Minecraft. I think it would be even funnier if it was Daisy tries to play Minecraft. Wow, a 1-minute video of the very dark Navi River Journey ride at Animal Kingdom. Honestly, the ride is just okay. It's not one of my favorites, but that was my absolute first time ever riding the ride. And that's just because we don't ever really go to Animal Kingdom when we go down to Florida, just because we find it the absolute worst park, just because there isn't really a lot to do. So I just figured, why not? I guess I'll just make a video. Same thing with Kilimanjaro Safaris. Once again, not a bad ride, and at least it's not dark, but there's nothing going on. Wow, I really must have hated Season 1 so much that I only gave Season 2 a whopping 6 episodes. Wow, that is not a lot at all. This series. I remember now. So, we just got the game on Minecraft when they made a Disney World pack for Minecraft, and of course we had to get it because we're big Disney freaks. But I don't know why I decided to do a walkthrough of this game. And I feel like choosing this game was the absolute worst choice, just because this was filmed off of. This game was purchased on the computer. Obviously, it's kind of hard to film off a computer, without doing screen recording. So I had to put a player 2 on, sent the computer player off in an area where the camera wasn't going to see them, set the tablet up, and that's how I did the videos. Well, eventually the PS4 decided to break down, and I had to film the rest of the series off of the computer. So then it just made it even worse. I had to move the mouse and the keyboard and put it on a card table. And I had to sit myself on the card table, get a big long chair, put that up, and that's how I filmed off the computer. And there was some times where it got copyright, so I had to delete the video and do it all over again. I was very upset after making this series, and I vowed to never do a walkthrough ever again. You can thank this series for that. Okay, Pixel Perfect is a good minigame, but I'm not really sure if it's that good to be top 10 best. Wow, okay, so apparently I made a 2-year special because that was totally worth it. Okay, Wing It might not be my absolute favorite minigame from Mario Party 7, but I don't think it's number 8 I don't think it should be on the worst list. Also, I feel like Deckhands and Balloon Busters should switch, just because Deckhands at least has good music. Okay, I do actually like the video where I ranked all the Mario Kart songs. My only problem is that I did this right as Wave 2 came out. So Sky High Sunday was nowhere near where I would put it nowadays, and there was no official tune. So I had to use the clip from the trailer, which is hilarious. Also, I ended up playing a video from Silva Gunner for Airship Fortress. Oops. Wow, I put Card Smarts as my worst Mario Party 9 minigame? Yeah, it may not be my favorite minigame, but I don't think it's the absolute worst from Mario Party 9. Wow, I have this on the best list? I mean, it's a good minigame, but I don't think it's top 10 best Mario Party 9 minigames. And Mario Party 9 does have some really good minigames, so I don't know. This one's a good minigame, but it's definitely not as good as Skipping Class. And wow, this is my favorite minigame? I mean, it's good, but it's not as good as Skipping Class or Peak Precision. Maybe I should just redo my best list from Mario Party 9, because I feel like the list is just a little too off, and it's just a little all over the place. Maybe eventually I will. Ooh, so Beach Volley Frolly definitely isn't my favorite minigame, but I don't think it's worse than Tackle Takedown. Or maybe even Bill Blasters. Honestly, I should have waited to rank all the Mario Kart games before I started playing Mario Kart Tour, because I never played Mario Kart Tour at this video, but back in July-ish of 2023, I actually did have Mario Kart Tour for a while, until I'd say probably around when Wave 6 got announced. Then I deleted it because, I mean, most of the tracks were coming over to Mario Kart 8 anyway, so I could play stuff like Medra Drive and Rum Avanti, etc. But kind of funny how I didn't have Mario Kart Tour. If I would have, it probably would have been even worse than Double Dash. With how good Season 3 was of Christmas sitcom, I won't lie, Episode 3 Strangers is definitely the absolute worst of the season, just because it's just a very odd one to talk about, and it feels way too similar to Episode 2. Apparently I had a trailer for Stuffed Animal Amazing Race Season 3. Speaking of which, Stuffed Animal Amazing Race Season 3. I'm lost of words. This is easily the absolute worst season I've ever done of Stuffed Animal Amazing Race. At least the lighting looks better, it's less cringy, and I cut out the stupid song thing from Season 2. But, wow. Yeah, okay. We're going to be running into some problems with this season, I can already tell. Episode 2 is just so boring. That's already going to tell you how just bland this season is. If Episode 2, for crying out loud, is boring. I tried to copy the same roadblock from Season 2, but it just doesn't work. And you want to know why? Look at this cast. The cast is just so... I don't know what you want to call it, but it's just not fun to do at all. There's only like 2 teams that I could have seen me adding. There's only 2 teams I think that makes sense. And that's Minecraft Bunny and Minecraft Fox and Baby Peach and Baby Daisy. Those are the only teams that I could see myself adding in like Season 1. All the others are just filler teams, really. Oh god, and the amount of young teams I added in this season. It's fine if I have 2, maybe even 3, but this was like 6. That's way too much. Also, R2D2 and BB-8 talked. Okay, once again, was running out of teams. But what's kind of funny is that R2D2 and BB-8 were actually one of the earlier teams that I came up with. They were actually, I think, like the second team I came up with, which is kind of odd because I don't know why I added them anyway. But I added them like way back in like 2020 or 2021, and it wasn't until 2023 that I actually finished the whole. I don't even know what you want to call it. I finished the list on characters. I finished with Minecraft Fox and Minecraft Bunny. But wow, okay. Then there's the team Bingo and Rolly. They were just way, way too big. It's one thing if like one person is big like Bowser and Bowser Jr., but they were both so massive and it was hard to put them in random places and they would keep falling down. And you wonder why they didn't return in the All-Star season. While episode 4 finally wasn't annoying, episode 5 was pretty boring. Once again, I tried to copy the same challenge from season 2, where they had to walk up the thing and whatever, and it just failed miserably because, once again, the cast is bad. I just realized, but by the time we got to episode 7, there was only 2 adult teams left, and like 5 young teams left. You know how boring that was to do? Speaking of which, episode 7, the absolute worst episode probably out of any Amazing Race, just because of the time it took place. 2023, one of my absolute least favorite years of all time, like no joke. I hated 2023, and this was definitely not a fun time of 2023 either. And of course, I had to be right in the middle of the absolute worst season of Stuffed Animal Amazing Race, and basically had a lot too many young teams, and had to film the downstairs part, which was it's easily the hardest parts to film just because it's a lot harder because they are the most busiest places of the house. And they still are till this day the hardest parts to film just because that's how it works. It's not the fact that I was just getting annoyed of doing this season. It's just the fact that it was being filmed downstairs, which made it harder to do. But yes, by this point I was so ready to end this season. I didn't really care about what would happen anymore. I was just ready to end it.
Travel to the crate. What's wrong? I'm feeling sick. Oh. Well, that's okay. I guess let's get going.
Yes, because this makes all the sense. Make Rolly randomly just upset because he's missing his family. The problem isn't it's not just that one point, it's the whole frickin' episode. Like, geez, really? That's just so very just out of character for Rolly, because he's usually the complete opposite of how he was in this episode. He's usually always very happy and energetic, so just having that just felt very odd. But like I said, I was just throwing random things in there, and I didn't really care anymore. And what's even more hilarious is that in Season 4 of Stuffed Animal Amazing Race, I almost kind of brung that back with the whole side story of Minecraft Dog and Minecraft Cat. Because I brung in a little side story with them, but that was handled way better in my opinion, and I think it was like thought out way more thoroughly, and I love the way it did it. And it brung some drama to the table too, which is still currently going on. Haven't finished the season yet, but I think I just wanted to mention that because I just think it was done way better than in this season than it was the last season. And it makes more sense for a Minecraft Cat because it's Minecraft Cat. Okay, I'm talking way too much about this. I gotta move on. Typical Bingo and Rolly being extremely hard to film because they're so massive. What's funny is that they were originally actually going to get 4th place and swap places with Lampo and Skippy John Jones. But because they were just so massive and hard to film and I did not feel like trying to film them, they got 6th place instead. Also, of course the roadblock is just a switchback from Season 1, where they simply just had to climb up the coats. Wow, like I said, I didn't care anymore. I was just throwing random things in there and calling it a day, and there was no way I was doing the roadblock from Season 2, which was way more complex. My least favorite character is Dave. That's a funny way to put Jake in there. Joking. In all honesty, though, I think Jake probably is actually worse than Dave, but this was only total drama, so yeah, Dave's definitely the worst total drama character. Oh no, I've returned to the stupid Roblox being climbing up things. I'm just taking all the worst things from the other 2 seasons and combining them into this one, I guess, now. Also, this episode. What is it with the past 3 episodes of this season just being just so dry and dull? Like, I just don't care about it anymore. I'm just ready. I'm just doing the episodes just to finish the season. Huh, interesting. I never knew that there was 2 episode 9s and no episode 10s. Finally, the last leg of this terrible season. In all honesty, season 3 was pretty annoying to get through. The cast was extremely weak. Just look at Morton and Roy from season 2. They were my last choice for season 2. That should tell you how, if I would make a new cast, how that would work. And this is exactly how this ended up working. It was very weak, very lazy. A lot of them were very filler teams. Way too many young teams. They were all, for the most part, just so boring in general. And that's why there's only 3 that returned in All-Stars, and they're the 3 more tolerable teams. Those 3 teams are either tolerable or they're ones I could see getting redemptions. But I was so glad to do this episode to finish this season because, man, this season was pretty bad. No more season 3 ever.
Do it again. Yeah, it's gonna be a long time till we do another season.
Wow, even Firefly Mario was tired of this season. I don't blame you, buddy. Man, I like the idea of ranking Total Drama World Tour songs, but I think I put Versus way too high and Blainerific way too low. Wow, finally a Smash Bros. Video. Too bad I was in a bad mood that day and didn't really feel like filming, but did it anyway just because didn't really have any other time to. Wow, that's gonna be one of the first times I've ever done that. Just completely forget that I was filming the video. Of course, with my luck in the awesome year that 2023 was, the tablet broke down, so half of the Mario Party 6 gameplay was quality definitely wasn't as good just because I had to film it from the tablet and then onto my phone, which now I had my channel on there. I'm so glad I got a new tablet that works wonderful. Same problem with like the first 6 episodes of Christmas Sitcom. I'm glad I did get it fixed, or I'm glad I did get a tablet like a new tablet new way through, but hey, wow, the original best moments of 2023 was kind of silly, not gonna lie. Because I got a new tablet, there was a random thing where if you would play the video and the more you'd pause it, the further behind the video would actually be from the audio. It was very weird. It was so bad that I had to redo the video, and I honestly don't know why this is still up. It's a video that I'll probably end up deleting in the future. And I hope you guys all enjoyed that video. That's how my channel is triggering. Basically a compilation of all the worst things. So one of these times I definitely do want to do how my channel is mind-blowing, but we'll see. Maybe I'll do that next week. So I hope you guys have a good day, and I'll see you all tomorrow. So, peace out.